The heroes spent a few moments considering what to do next. They knew they would have to face Diablo, the Lord of Terror. After a while of strategizing, they decided on what to do next. Max decided he would be first to descend into the depths of hell. He would be a distraction for the creatures that lurked down there, allowing Arabella a chance to sneak in undetected, and Kareem the chance to put his magical firepower to good use. Max found a chamber full of knights and acolytes, and he threw himself upon them, fighting ferociously. During the ensuing melee, Max accidentally flipped the lever, not knowing what effects it may have. Kareem was next to descend into the depths of hell. He readied himself to assist his allies in doing battle with the hordes. Unbeknownst to Kareem, he had found himself in a different area of hell than his ally Max. Off in the distance, he heard the sounds of battle and rushed to join them. He found a chamber full of acolytes and unleashed his magic powers upon them. Arabella was next. With bow drawn and arrow knocked, she descended into hell. Off in the distance, Arabella heard Max doing battle with a group of knights and acolytes. She rushed to join the battle. Using her arrows, she harassed and distracted the enemy. As their numbers threatened to overwhelm them, Arabella withdrew down a nearby corridor. When she had turned the corner, a section of wall opened up before her, and the knights rushed to meet her. She fired arrows upon them, until each one dropped. Cautiously, she entered down the hallway. More knights and acolytes fell upon her, but with the quick use of her bow, she dispatched each one of them. At the end of the corridor, Arabella found a chamber full of knights. She slew each one of them quickly with her powerful bow, and found a lever in the middle of the room. Cautiously, she approached it and pulled it. With her work done here, she made her way back towards the way she came. Max finished dispatching the creatures in the chamber before he made his way deeper into the halls of hell. He found the main chamber where Kareem had been doing battle with the acolytes, and slew what few remained behind. To Kareem's surprise, a wall opened up behind him, and a wave of knights and acolytes fell upon him. He put to use his magical firepower in hopes to stem the tide. In one portion of this newly opened chamber, Kareem found a lever guarded by a number of knights and acolytes. Using his magic, he slew each one until he was able to reach the lever and pull it.
Not enough mana.
Circling around to the other side of the chamber, Kareem found a second lever waiting to be pulled. After he had defeated the knights and acolytes guarding it, he entered in and pulled the lever, hoping for the best. Alright, now I'm sorry if this breaks the flow of the game a bit, but there's this spell here I really want to show you guys. It's called Elemental. I want you to take a look at it. It's just a guy on fire that goes running. Look at this. See him running through the halls. He's the human fireball. This was really funny to me, so I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Let's get back to the real story. main chamber, fighting off what few monsters had remained. It was then when he had saw a chamber open up, and a wave of acolytes and knights descend upon him. He fought them off valiantly, one by one. But it was then in the darkness he saw the hulking figure of Diablo, the Lord of Terror, a massive, muscular monster, covered with bone and spikes. It rushed upon him, throwing hellfire. Max fought valiantly, held his sword and shield in hand, but would not yield to the horrible demon. Magic and steel clashed, bone and sinew was cut. Both were becoming exhausted as their bodies felt like war in battle. But finally Max struck true. A gush of blood flew from the human body. And there Diablo lay, defeated and dead. Max carved the soul stone out of the demon's head, claiming it as his own. The Lord of Terror's body dissolved and faded away. Sun in his body. Poor child took one last gasp of breath before expiring. And then Max did something monumentally stupid.
The Soul Stone burns with hellfire as an eerie red glow blurs your vision. Fresh blood flows into your eyes, and you begin to hear the tormented whispers of the damned. You have done what you knew must be done. The essence of Diablo is contained, for now. You pray that you have become strong enough to contain the demon and keep him at bay. Although you have been fortified by your quest, you can still feel him, clawing his way up from the dark recesses of your soul. Fighting to retain control, your thoughts turn toward the ancient mystic lands of the Far East. Perhaps there, beyond the desolate wastes of Aranok, you will find an answer. Or perhaps, salvation.
And there you have it, the ending to Diablo for the PC. So what do you say we take a quick moment to look at the credits and talk a little bit about what we just went through. Alright, so I hope you've enjoyed watching me play Diablo. If you want a chance to play it, you can find this game almost anywhere. It was hugely popular. There are probably still physical copies of it you can find, and you can probably get copies of it on Steam and Good Old Games and that sort of thing. Diablo also had an expansion called Hellfire. Now, I had never had the chance to play Hellfire, but from what I understand, it added some additional missions, some additional monsters, and lots of new magical weapons. Also, I think there was some new classes in there as well. Now, Diablo also had two more sequels. It had Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. Again, neither of which I got to play, but I heard good things about Diablo 2. So, this was a lot of fun. I enjoyed going through this again. It's probably been like 15 years or so since I had last played this game. And it's pretty clear that I had forgotten more than I had remembered. But for the most part, it was what I remembered. It was a fun dungeon crawl game, even though I normally don't like these kind of randomly generated dungeon games. I prefer prefer a game where the guns are more set and you know what you're getting into. Especially in a game like this, because I had this problem a lot of times where I just didn't have the equipment or spells to deal with what was going on. So, you may not have seen it, but don't do what your Uncle Eddie was doing. Don't be bullheaded and try to force your way through this game. Oh, so that reminds me. Another thing you can do with Diablo is start a new game with the characters you have and their equipment. And you can play on higher levels of difficulty, getting quests you may have missed the first time through, as well as getting new magical equipment and a chance to grow your characters even stronger than they got going through this first time. So if you end up stuck and you can't progress any farther because you don't have the equipment and the spells necessary to keep going, like I said, don't do what I did and just try to power your way through it. It's okay to start a new game over with the characters that you have and just see if you can get the equipment that you need. So I guess that's really about all I gotta say. I appreciate you all taking the time to watch this with me and putting up with this kind of experimental, storytelling that I took with this. This got kind of complicated and challenging to do. I don't know if I'd want to do this again, but playing it was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed watching me play it too. So thank you so very much, and I will see you in the next game.